Hey there, Libra. Welcome to your reading for the week of January 23rd. We're just going to jump right in here, Libra. And here you go. You have the Scales card that says Justice and Documents. That would be your card. You also have this Anchor that says Stability and Security on it. So you are probably stabilizing your finances at this time. And, I would be careful, by the way, with this Five of Cups of like anyone who claims they need help at this time or anyone who can't save themselves. There's a person on this Five of Cups who kind of looks like they're drowning. They look like they need help, but I would be careful of anyone in your life who just can't seem to help themselves, right? Because that could definitely drag you down at this time, and I feel like you don't need that at all. And, again, all I would be focusing on is kind of like creating your own success and focusing on fulfillment with the Star card, and I would avoid tricky people. I'm telling you right now. You have that Dagger card that says conflict and danger lies in wait. But you do have the Star, you have the Judgment card here, so, I wouldn't worry too much about that. What I would say, though, is if you have a tricky person in your life, someone who has kept you stuck for a long time, then I feel it is time for you to avoid this person, plain and simple. It's time for you to focus on your own stability and security. We literally see that right here as well. Queen of Pentacles to the Hierophant. The Queen of Pentacles is the card of resourcefulness. She is resourceful. She knows how to increase her resources. She knows how to create more resources in her life and to be more abundant. She knows how to, if she doesn't have money, for example, she knows how to either make it or she knows how to do things without money. The Hierophant is Taurus, and we have Uranus and Taurus right now. Uranus and Taurus is all about freedom, which again, obviously, if you're feeling stable, then you're going to feel more free. So that's how I would be working with the energy, and that's what I would do here. Again, you have the Five of Cups. This tells me right away that there's a person who's coming in and mess up your day. So, again, I don't want to scare anyone. I would just block this person. I would put up boundaries. You have the Seven of Wands here, which is like drawing a line in the sand. It's like saying you are not going to cross this line. It's just that simple, and that's what I feel like you need to do here with this card. Again, you have the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is a card of drawing a line in the sand. It's a card of defending your position at the top of the hill. Again, if this is a person, I wouldn't even entertain the person at all, meaning I would just completely ignore them or do whatever, because, again, that's like the one warning that comes up here. And what I would say here also is no matter what's going on in your life, I would focus on this right here. Literally, you have the Magician pointing to the world. This would be like focusing on accomplishments or focusing on personal accomplishments or creating accomplishments in your life. With the Queen of Pentacles, you have the Four Wands, marriage. Could be a person you're married to. Although, again, the Four Wands is a card of freedom, so some of you could be like setting yourself free. With the Five of Cups, you have the Judgment card. You have the Judgment card twice, and again, Judgment is the only card in the tarot deck, or one of, I should say. I also think the Wheel of Fortune as well. But the Judgment card can be a card of someone returning from the past. And again, I would block this person. I would be focusing on your Star. You have that Star card at the end with the Judgment card. This would represent like focusing on fulfillment. This would be like focusing on things that bring in, joy and abundance into your life. It would also be like focusing on your purpose, whatever you think your purpose is. Sorry, didn't want to do that. So that's what I'd focus on. With the Five of Cups, the Seven of Wands, you have the Page of Pentacles. So, yeah, I feel like you're focused on the new. Page of Pentacles is something new. This is also a card of studiousness as well. It's a card of, like, learning as much as you possibly can from a situation. I kind of feel like it is saying, like, what did you learn from a situation if you had conflict, right? I also feel like this right here, going this direction, is saying, like, focus, again, on your Star. I feel like you need to just, I wouldn't be focusing on anything else. I would just focus on yourself this week, is what I would say to you, and cut everything else out, right? Cut out the noise. Next, in the area of, messages from your future self, you have this card that says, it's okay to be different. Don't try so hard to fit in. You also have this gift. It says someone will give you a gift or help you in some way. You have natural talents, gifts, and abilities just waiting to be discovered. It also says you're sitting on gifts and talents. Believe that you're meant to be great. And you have the Magician, which is a card of hidden talents, gifts, skills, and abilities. So I feel like you need to use your hidden talents, gifts, skills, and abilities this week to be successful. I also feel here you have the the Hierophant, Magician, and the Two Wands. The Hierophant can represent thinking outside the box, and With the Queen of Pentacles, which is a card of being resourceful, it's like maybe you're saying, well, I have these talents, gifts, skills, and abilities, but I don't have the money or I don't have the whatever to express these ideas. These cards kind of represent using your powers, your hidden talents, gifts, skills, and abilities to find a way. It says, don't allow the obstacles to hold you back. Do it anyway and see what happens. No matter how small, you have to start. It's like we all have to start small. It's like nobody starts big for the most part, right? So what I would say here is it doesn't matter how small, you have to start something, and then get moving. Is what I would say here. It kind of reminds me, there's a guy, Noah Kagan, and he's like an entrepreneur guy, right? And I remember years ago listening to him telling a story. He's like, if you can't get people, like if you wanted to open a restaurant, for example, invite your friends over and make them all pay you $10, right? And he's like, if you can't get your friends to pay you $10 for food, it might sound silly, but at the same time, if they're not willing to do it, then it's not going to work. If they do pay you money, then guess what? That you could probably have a restaurant. So I feel that's what I mean by starting small. It's like, what is the smallest, whatever your dream is, what is the smallest little bit that you could get started with? Because, again, you have the hidden talents, gifts, skills, and abilities to do it. The Magician is literally pointing to the world, which is an accomplishment, an achievement. It is success. It is the end of whatever difficulties and challenges you've gone through. It's the last card in the major arcana. So it's like you've been through all the challenges. Now it's time to get started. Now it's time to step into your Magician energy. Same thing with the Two of Wands as well. Two of Wands encourages you to take the lead, to get moving, to get started. So I really feel it's time for you to get moving with this Two of Wands energy towards, look what they're holding in their hands there, Libra, the world. It is time for you to get moving towards an achievement. There seems to be, again, a lot of achievement energy this week. All the air sign readings, I know people don't like when I talk about other signs, but get over it, right? My channel, go start your own. But what I would say here is that I bring these things up for a reason, so that you can work with the energy, right? But what I would say here is also that there seems to be a lot of achievement energy for you air signs. And the air signs have been similar with the Two of Wands. It's like you have to take the lead and get moving to Knight of Pentacles towards your North Star. The Star card is your North Star. It is, and again, it is Aquarius. We have Pluto moving into Aquarius. I have been basically begging people to get started on their North Star with Pluto and Aquarius, because the problem with Pluto and Aquarius and Neptune and Pisces, by the way, outside world does not look like a good environment for creating whatever you want. Inside world is. So you have to get started now so that you can be successful. This is why I'm begging people to get started, right? With the Hierophant, yes, Knight of Pentacles. What are you waiting for? Knight of Pentacles, being too cautious, playing it safe, not making any moves, right? He has the empty fields behind him normally, and he also has the oak leaves on his helmet, which represent knowledge and wisdom. It's like he has everything he needs to get started, but he just needs to do it. He needs to answer the call, right? And we see that here with the Judgment card. You have everything you need. With the Magician, you have the Temperance card. Some of you, if you want love, by the way, you could have a fire sign or either fire or earth really stands out to me here. Could be like a Sagittarius as well, obviously. But I also feel that the Temperance card is about, kind of mixing things together. If one thing doesn't work, he tries something else. He works with the situation, right? I always say that Temperance is a card of alchemy, turning one thing into another. You can turn a no into a yes. You can also turn a yes into a no. With the Temperance card, it's up to you, but I would be using your powers of manifestation to get what you want here. With the Two of Wands, you have the Three of Pentacles. Teamwork. There's two people on this Two of Wands right here. Three of Pentacles, it says teamwork makes a dream work. So anything you can do to kind of leverage other people is going to be very beneficial. Again, as I say, Pluto and Aquarius is all about the collective. It's actually both. It's all about the individual, all about the collective, right? When we work together with other people, and if they benefit off of our success, then you're working with the collective. You're creating success for someone else. So what I would say here is that the more that you can do that, the more you're going to benefit with the energy. As I like to remind people, I think what people don't understand about astrology and tarot is it's about working with the energy. It's not about predicting something in the future. It's saying these are the opportunities that exist. If you work with this, you will be really successful. If you're leaving comments on the Minnow Tarot channel talking about how you hate people and you don't work together with people, then your life is going to be exactly the same. In the area of the unexpected, you don't want your life to be exactly the same. You have the Coffin card. Literally says that you're inside the coffin. Judgment, twice in your reading. Those people, the coffin represents their old life. Outside the coffin represents their new life, but they have to step into the new life. They have to have the transformation. So, they have to experience the death. They have to do things they've never done before. Two of Swords. So, that's what I'll say there. Two of Swords. she is sitting where she has always been. There's a new island behind her, and that new island represents like new opportunities, new things that she could experience in her life, but she has to go over there. The island also represents an obstacle, but it's like a good obstacle. It's not a bad obstacle. She's never been there before. She has to learn about whatever she's about to do on that new island, and there might be things she has to overcome. But again, it's a new island. There's new opportunity, new things. And what she learns that it's not that scary. She learns that there's a lot of success over there, or there's just new energy just in general, right? So that's why I would encourage you to move over to the new island, do something different. You have the Knight of Pentacles. You're thinking about something. I feel like you're thinking about getting started on something, and it's time to start planting seeds with the Knight of Pentacles. I actually do feel progress here. I feel pretty good with the Knight of Pentacles in this row. Normally, I don't like the Knight of Pentacles, but this is the After Tarot, and you can see this Knight of Pentacles is actually making a move. And sorry, my camera might have just cut off there, but he's actually making moves. He's actually moving forward. I do feel something about your finances improving here as well. I'm sure when we clarify, we'll see what it is. You also have the World, clearly most important card here in your reading. So I feel for a lot of you, there's like success, abundance. It's like you're waking up to your own success with Judgment, World, right? I also feel like you're waking up to kind of like new opportunities that could make you more successful, but you're going to have to like jump onto these opportunities. I wouldn't be, again, I think I put up a video, or like a short a couple weeks ago about, or maybe it was last week, I don't remember, but it was about elbow grease. Again, don't be afraid of work. It's like there could be opportunities that come up. They require a little bit of extra work. Could be in love, business, spiritually, your health, whatever. But it's like those things that require a little extra work. Here you go. With the Two of Swords, you have the Eight of Pentacles, a little bit of extra work. Those things are going to be more successful. So, Eight of Pentacles is focus as well. Normally on a traditional Eight of Pentacles, the guy is very, very focused on those 8 pentacles. He's focused on what, like the task at hand. And so I feel if you can focus on that, you're going to be more successful. You also have the Three of Pentacles. And what I would say is that both cards to me kind of represent quality work. Three of Pentacles is the card of quality work. The Eight of Pentacles, he's like kind of an apprentice. He's learning how to create something of quality. So whatever you're working on, I would be focusing on quality. That's where the most success is going to come from. With the Knight of Pentacles, you have the Five of Wands. Yeah, get out of your head here, Aquarius. Five of Wands, a card of conflict and competition. You could be, number one, fearing competition if you get started on something with that Knight of Pentacles. But, as I always say, if something is for you, it's for you. It doesn't matter how many people are doing it. It doesn't matter how much competition there is. If you're meant to be doing something, it's for you. Five of Wands is also my card that I call Indiana Jones. To me, it represents going on some sort of crazy adventure, right? If you've ever seen the Indiana Jones movies, he's like running through temples, doing all this crazy stuff to get some treasure. I literally feel this reading is like talking about you getting some treasure here, but I feel like you have to go on the adventure, the World card, and the Two of Swords, going to the new island. So don't be afraid of hard work. With the World, you have the King of Pentacles. Didn't I say something about finances improving or something? I don't know. Well, I don't remember what I say half the time, but what I would say here is I feel your finances are increasing. Obviously, you have the Eight of Pentacles as well. Eight of Pentacles is a card that says the work is worth it also. So like if you're doing work on things and you're not sure if you're going to get paid or if it's going to be worth it, I would say yes, it's going to be worth it. Again, I also feel that you're stabilizing your finances through whatever it is that you're doing at this time with that King of Pentacles as well. Next, in the area of messages from your guides, you have this dagger card. It says conflict and danger lie in wait. Again, these cards are a little bit negative. I always tell people, like, your reading is very positive. One card isn't going to turn the whole reading around. So I kind of feel like this is a warning against a past person, especially with that Seven of Swords. I would be careful. I would just block anyone that you don't want to come in and mess up your day this week. So, it seems to be one of those weeks we're past all the retrogrades, but sometimes I do think, like, even when we're in the shadow period, people can still try to come back. Things can still happen. So you might want to block someone here. You have the Star, the Seven of Swords, and the Judgment card. The Star is a card of fulfillment, and it's also a card of healing. So I feel like of course, I think that's also what happens, right? If you have, like, fully healed from a person, that's always when they come back, like when you have fully healed, right? So I think you need to protect yourself from that. The other thing that I would say is that, I think you need to believe that something is possible here. You have the Five of Wands conflicted with the Knight of Pentacles not making any moves, but she is pouring water from the pool of universal consciousness onto the land here. And it basically says what's possible for one person is possible for everyone. So if someone has done what you want to do, what your dream, what you want to create, then it's possible for you. And I feel like this is saying you need to get started. I also feel like this is saying start small. There's normally this ibis in the tree here, and it kind of represents seeing the big picture. And I think it's important to see the big picture, right? It's important that you kind of look at everything that's going on, especially if you're like starting a big project or a new business or a new relationship. But there's a saying, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, right? And here you go. Elephant, 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 right here. I think you're making something too big. Like, I feel like you need to make it smaller pieces, like I already gave you the example, because that's how you're going to approach it and be successful. Again, if there's someone who made you wait, I think you just need to cut this person right out of your life, plain and simple. I would also be careful of tricky people. The thing is that the Seven of Swords can represent tactics as well. I don't mind the Seven of Swords. It is a good card. Golden cards in the tarot are meant to be positive no matter what. It is a card of tactics. It's a card of being tactical. It says whatever you're doing, don't just like rush right in and do it like a project, a business. Be smart about it. Think about it. Look at the big picture. Come up with a plan and come up with a different plan as well. Don't be afraid to be different is what the Two of Swords is saying. You also have this other card that says it's okay to be different. Don't try so hard to fit in, right? The way that you're going to accomplish something isn't going to be the way that someone else has, but you are still going to accomplish it. It's still possible for you. You have the Judgment card here. These people are rising up out of these coffins. I feel like you need to answer your calling, whatever your inner calling is here. I feel like you need to kind of like start moving towards it more aggressively or really start to take action here, Libra. There's like a lot of success coming in for you here. With the Star card, you have the Three of Swords. You had time to let go of the past. Again, I feel like you are healing from a heartbreak or something. We already talked about this, so it doesn't surprise me. Three of Swords is a card of forgiveness. I would be careful of how much brain space you're giving to like a breakup, or it could even be like a job loss or something else. It could be some sort of disappointment. It's like there could be a lot of good things coming in for you, but if you're so focused on the disappointments that you're not paying attention to the good stuff, then you're just going to have more of a disappointment. With the Seven of Swords, you have the Three Cups. Definitely, this is a person trying to come back. I mean, this card of reunion, I would block this person, plain and simple. There's your warning. But I do feel there could be a lot of celebrations coming in for you. With the Judgment card, you have the Ten of Cups. Are you kidding? Fortune after difficulty. Again, this to me is saying everything you want is in your new life. Everything you want is going to come through letting the past die, coffin, Judgment card twice in your reading, and having that transformation. This is like fortune after difficulty. Ten of Cups basically represents good things coming in after a difficult period of time. But you have to I feel like you have to dip your toes in the water. If you notice on that Star card here, she's all the way in the water. She's not just, like a traditional Star card. She's kind of dipping her toe into the water. She's not all the way in. So I feel like you need to jump all the way in here to commit to a new beginning or commit to cutting out the past in any area of your life. That's going to be the thing that changes your life this week. Let's see. We're pulling 5 main themes right now. You have this Status card. I love this card. It's card of my fancy couple card. You definitely could be attracting a person towards the middle of the year. This is Jupiter and Taurus, and later on in this year, we're going to have Jupiter moving into Taurus. So it could be during that time frame that you meet a person if you are looking for love. I would say it's a person of status. I feel like it's totally worth the wait as well. Next, you have the Exaltation card. This is the Moon in Taurus. So I feel like your energy is highlighted at this time. You are definitely one of the major players this year in 2023. I mean, I think it's just going to be a good year for you in general. So it doesn't really surprise me that you're getting these cards that are saying that you are meant to have a good time. You are meant to have a good year, and it's only the beginning of the year. So I feel like you're kind of being blessed, divinely blessed at this time. You have this Restlessness card. I definitely feel the restlessness in this reading. We've been talking about it. Knight of Pentacles can be a very restless energy because it's he wants to get started, but he's not, which makes you restless, right? So I feel like the best thing you can do is break things down into bite-sized pieces and get started. You will be successful. With the next, you have this Innovation card. This is just going to come up all the time. Pluto going into Aquarius for 20 years, basically. So what I would say here is I think a lot of people are going to be tapping into their innovative ideas, their new ideas, stuff like that. And that's where the success is, really. And you also have this resourcefulness card. There you go. Queen of Pentacles. Again, I would be tapping into your resources. My first answer wouldn't be money. Like if you're trying to start a business, you don't need money. Just get started. There's a book called The Power of Broke, right? By Damon John. Maybe that's a good book for you to read or something like that. But I feel like you need to use your powers of kind of resourcefulness, digging into your resources. Maybe this could be like people, places, or things that can help you grow. That's going to lead to the most success this week. So love it. Thank you for being here, Aquarius. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.